Don't doubt me.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. Woo! There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month, and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please, call or go online right now.
The following letters were written by our troops.
My dear fellow Americans, I truly appreciate your support. I was starting to wonder if people had forgotten about us over here, but then one of my buddies showed me this website, and now as tears are streaming down my face, I can see for sure that you haven't. Private Emily B., U.S. Army.
It's so heartwarming to see the American people not letting the men and women of the armed forces be forgotten. Your letters make a group of grown men, battle-hardened and gruff, act like a bunch of kids around a Christmas tree. Thanks. Staff Sergeant Matthew H., U.S. Army.
Your support may be the most important thing our troops can carry with them. But don't take our word for it. Take theirs. To show your support, visit americasupportsyou.mil. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Defense and the Ad Council.
When you can't find anything to watch on cable, you get bored. When you get bored, you listen to radio cooking shows. When you listen to radio cooking shows, you invite a friend over for dinner. When you invite a friend over for dinner, you use twice as many beans. When you use twice as many beans, you expel deadly farts that kill your friend's dog. When you kill your friend's dog, your friend becomes unstable. When your friend becomes unstable, you're sued for everything you're worth. When you're sued for everything you're worth, you're thrown to the streets. When you're thrown to the streets, you devote your life to world domination. When you devote your life to world domination, you become an evil fascist overlord. When you become an evil fascist overlord, old friends plot their revenge. When old friends plot their revenge, you are shot in the back of the head. And when you're shot in the back of the head, you miss your jazzercise appointment. Don't miss your jazzercise appointment. Upgrade to Indirect TV. Go online or call 1-800-ERECT-TV.
Millions of Americans every day are shedding unwanted pounds by taking tested and proven Ultra Lipo Stick. Carbohydrates are bad. Our carbo-fighting antioxidant is good. Just listen to these satisfied customers.
My name is Gail, and I lost like 20 pounds on Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Jared, and I lost 46 pounds using Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Zach, and I actually gained weight. This stuff sucks!
Ultra Lipo Stick is safe and easy to inject. Just 3 doses 4 times a day discreetly underneath your fingernail. Listen to this.
I used Ultra Lipo Stick and suffered from side effects like uncontrollable greasy discharge.
Ultra Lipo Stick, it turned the armpits of all of my shirts orange. This stuff is crap.
Try it today and see some real results. Ultra Lipo Stick. Not available in stores. Results may vary.
And welcome back. I am still your lovable host, El Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio. You are listening to the Rod Eccles Show here on this Wednesday evening. New York Times. Congress. This is about Hillary Clinton and all the email stuff. Now she's out on the road now, and she's up in Iowa at the moment. I do believe she's still in Iowa. You know, hitting the campaign trail. You know, I have no idea why people want to go through this type of scrutiny and pain, really, emotional and sometimes physical pain, running for the office of the presidency of the United States of America. No, I fully understand wanting to have, wanting to gain, wanting to capture, wanting to keep power. I understand people like that. I get it. But to go through whatever they have to go through, and obviously this is a position that a very, very, very few will ever have. I mean, we're a nation of, almost 238 years old, and we've had 44 commanders-in-chief. 44. Now, just think about the odds of that for a second. 44. Now, if you were just to say 44 out of just 230 million people, well, that's a minute number. But you've got to remember, there has been probably close to 1 billion people who've lived in the United States since its inception. Close to it, at least, you know, three quarters of a billion, 750 million people have had to have lived, and only 44 of all the people who've ever lived in this country since its inception have been president. I think of the odds. But here this woman is. Now, the election isn't until November of what? 2016. We're over a year and a half out. No, because we have to go through the rest of 2015 and then almost all of 2016 before we get to make our choice at the ballot box. That's a long time to be out there huffing and puffing it. And no, it doesn't show the gumption and the bravery of these candidates. It shows that, you know, that some of them are kind of nutso. Really, look, one of the reasons I know I just didn't say that, hey, I'm going to, you know, in 2020, I'm running for president of the United States. And you're going to see as the show progresses and time goes on, I'm going to start producing, you know, fake ads for me running for president in 2020. But the real thing is that I have no interest in getting on the road like that and trying to, you know, pressing the flesh with, you know, handshakes and kissing babies and all that kind of stuff for months and months and months on end, trying to convince people who really could care less if they're convinced or not to vote for me. Now, this is not a condemnation of the American people. It is just the way we have been conditioned. So again, it's really, you know, our political leaders' faults that we are the way that we are now. And that they feel that they have to start jumping into this in this type of a race so soon in order to capture our imagination and to capture our vote early on. It's the fact that we have to constantly be bombarded with their message for a long period of time for most of us to even start paying attention. And then they have to keep doing it after we do pay attention so they can convince us that they're the right ones. That's somebody who wants power really bad, who's willing to do that. Now, as I say that, I want you to think about, you have to have the right motivation. And not everybody who runs for president or any other elected office has the right motivation. You have to really pay attention to the motivation of these people who are running. Now, definitely, there have been some presidents whose true motivation was to improve the condition of the people of the United States. No doubt, there have been presidents like that. And then there have been presidents who just wanted power. Now, I have no doubt in my mind that Jimmy Carter wanted to improve the condition of the people of the United States. I have no doubt. He was just an incompetent boob. He didn't know what he was doing. He had the wrong kind of policies. But I have no doubt that Jimmy Carter loved his country and he wanted what he thought was the best for the people of this country. I believe that. He was just a terrible president. Ronald Reagan loved this country. He wanted the best for the people of this nation. No doubt about it. But he was a good president. He had good policies, and his policies worked. Jimmy Carter's policies did not work. That's the difference. And I even believe that to a certain extent, William Jefferson Clinton loved this country. Yeah, he had fun being the president in more ways than, presidents really should. Yeah, he did. But I believe the man wanted to improve the condition of everyday people in this country. He did. This is, hey, this is why Bill, during midterm elections, when he lost the Congress or parts of the Congress, the House or the Senate, that he began to compromise more because he really was out and in his policies, people weren't accepting his policies. So he was out to try to get as much of his policy as possible because he thought his policies would really work. Now, that's not the same for his wife, Hillary. And that is not true of Barack Hussein Obama. I do not believe Barack Obama loves this country. I do not believe that he is all in it. He's in it to help and improve the everyday lives of the American people. He's in it for himself. He's in it for the power. Now, I want you to pay attention because that's the same thing about Hillary Clinton. She's in it for the power. She wants to rule. Just listen to what they want to say. Listen to what they say they want to do. Now, anybody who says that even though their policies may not agree with it, but anybody who says, they want to give people more freedom, they don't want government bugging them all the time. Those are people that really want to help the American people, to improve their lives. Now, their policy may do the opposite, but they're saying that this policy X, I know it's going to create a new department, like Department of Education is fairly new, but it's going to it's going to increase the education levels of our children, our students, so they're going to have a better life than we did because they'll be better educated. See, that was noble. Barack Obama comes on the scene and says, "No, I want to take over your health care, and you're going to have it and do it exactly as I say." He's not improving healthcare, and he knows he's not. You see the difference? Creating the Department of Education, he really thought that he was going to improve education in this country. It was the wrong way to do it, but that's what he thought. Improving the health care of everybody? No, because look, hey, you get to keep your doctor if you like it. You get to keep your plan if you like it, the type of plan that you like. You get to keep all that stuff. And we find out after the bill is passed that none of it is true. And they knew it. So they weren't about improving your life. They were about controlling your life. Hillary Clinton is no different. So she has to go out there early. Now, contrast the difference between what Hillary Clinton says and what, for example, Marco Rubio said. Contrast the difference between, Elizabeth Warren, who people are talking about maybe being the replacement for Hillary, with that of Rand Paul or Ted Cruz.